Hi guys, so today's book is called Favorite Goodnight Stories. It's a little girl sleeping all tucked in after reading her goodnight story, and there's a little teddy bear and a clown and a bunny rabbit and a vase full of lovely flowers in her room and a picture of the three bears. So let's go ahead and read Favorite Goodnight Stories. Lots of stories. So I bookmarked the one we're going to read, and this is the bookmark. See, it's a Sai Baba bookmark. It says Om Sai Ram, and let's take the bookmark away, and now let's read The Elves and the Shoemaker. There was once a shoemaker who, through no fault of his, had become so poor he had only enough leather left for one pair of shoes. In the evening, he cut out the leather, intending to make it up in the morning. Then he said his prayers and lay quietly down to sleep. If you say your prayers at night, you'll get a good night's sleep. So you say, Kulla Kullane, Gunda Vahirane, Vella Pullayare, Vinayaga Murtiye. If you say that, you'll sleep very well at night. Okay? So let's continue our story. In the morning, he sat down to work, but behold, the pair of shoes was ready made. It was already made, and there they stood upon the table. The poor man was amazed and took the shoes into his hand to look at them more closely. They were so neatly sewn, and not a stitch was out of place, as though they'd been made for a price. See how neat they are. And look at the buckle and stuff. What a lovely pair of shoes. Presently, a customer came in. A customer, someone who comes to buy something. And as he was very pleased with the shoes, he paid more than usual. With the money, the shoemaker was now able to buy leather for 2 pairs of shoes. By evening, he had his leather shaped out. When he arose the next morning, he was ready to work with fresh spirit. But just as before, the shoes were standing, finished on his table. Oh my goodness, what magic is this, I wonder? He did not want for buyers either. 2 men came in who paid him so well that he bought material for 4 more pairs of shoes. Early the next morning, he found the 4 pairs finished. And so it continued. When what he cut out in the evening was finished in the morning. This went on until the shoemaker was a well-to-do man. Well-to-do means you have lots of money and you become rich. Look at those smart-looking shoes. Wow. What's your favorite? Mine is the light-colored one right in front. One evening, not long before Christmas, when he'd cut out the usual quantity, he said to his wife, "How would it be if we stayed up tonight to see who it is that helps us so kindly?" His wife was willing, and they lit a candle. Then they hid themselves behind some clothes hanging in the corner of the room. Now they need to be mousy quiet. Shh, because they want to see who's going to come and stitch those shoes. As soon as it was midnight is middle of the night, it's 12 o'clock when everyone's fast asleep. At midnight, 2 little elves came in. Elves are like fairies, but fairies are girls and elves are boys. Came in and sat down on the shoemaker's table. They picked up the cut-out leather and began stitching, sewing and hammering so swiftly and lightly that the shoemaker could not believe his eyes. They did not stop until the shoes were finished. Then they ran swiftly away. The following morning, the wife said, "The elves have made us rich and we must show our gratitude." Gratitude is thank you. They have very little clothing and must be cold. I'll make a little shirt, coat, waistcoat, and trousers. Trousers is pants. And knit some stockings for each of them. And you can make them each a pair of shoes. That was a good idea, right? That was a good thing to give them. The husband agreed, and one evening, when all was ready, instead of cut out leather, they left the presents on the tables. That's a Christmas present for the elves. Then they hid behind to watch the results. At midnight, the elves came in, skipping about and eager to go to work. When they saw no leather but the charming little clothes, they were astonished and delighted. They quickly put on their new outfits and, smoothing them down, they sang, "Smart and natty boys are we, shoemakers we'll no longer be." Look at them dancing and singing, and they're so happy. So they went on hopping and jumping over the stools and chairs, and at last out of the door. They did not come again, but the shoemaker fared well in all he undertook, and lived happily to the end of his days. So that is the elves and the shoemaker. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I loved reading it to you all too. So have a lovely day and lots of hugs, okay? Bye.